This is my recap of Jersey Belle, Secrets of the South, Season 1, Episode 4. Jamie's trying to get a baby. We know from last episode that she met a woman in New Orleans who is looking to give up her baby. We got a little bit more detail, which is the mother already has multiple children at home, and she just can't keep this baby. And so Jamie's talking to her about adopting the baby. I want to right off the bat say that I am really, I'll say disgusted that Bravo put in their preview, the first episode, a scene of Jamie crying and saying she's going to get an adoption. She's going to get an abortion. We don't know who the she is. We don't know the context, but I'm dreading it. It makes me kind of, especially in line of what we're seeing so far, it just freaks me out. Like, I don't know if this woman that she's trying to adopt from is going to have an abortion. I don't know what's going on, but I just know that it's really ruining the show as a light, upbeat, sort of women's friendship show. It's just really hard for me to watch. So anyway, we'll get into the rest of this. Luci and Haley go shopping. They're going to catch up with Luci's kind of like date from the wedding, the guy that she met. They end up going on this double date with the guy. His name is Brooks. It was not really a double date because it was Luci and Haley along with this guy Brooks. Most awkward date ever. Super uncomfortable. I don't know if it was the camera. I don't know if it was just like, now that everyone's sober, out to dinner, that things are wrong. But he's like 22. I couldn't tell if he was joking or not. That's super young. Like, at least if you're a woman in your 30s. Like, my husband's younger than me, but he's at least in his 30s. So that was super crazy. And then I don't get everyone, they're going to have a bonfire for Arden and William. They're going to unbury the bourbon that they buried so it wouldn't rain. And they're going to have a big bonfire. And in preparation for that, everyone's talking about how Jamie shouldn't have a fourth child. And I'm just like, hold your horses. I don't know where any of you think that's appropriate. Like, if they were saying, I don't know if Jamie should get pregnant again because of her health concerns, that might be something to talk about. If she financially couldn't afford a fourth child, maybe, although I think that particular argument's used a lot of times in an unfair manner against certain demographics. But they're not. They're just like, well, it's just too many children. And I'm like, who the hell do you think you are to make that decision for someone else? They clearly can afford it. From all appearances, they have a very healthy lifestyle. I mean, she's on TV, so it's certainly not like, you know what I mean? Like, she's going to have the time to spend with her kids, and she's going to have the money to spend on her children. So I kind of thought it was super hugely inappropriate to sit around and talk about it, and then to talk with her about it. And I'm pretty sure I would have been less forgiving than Jamie. Jamie kind of had this really genuine conversation with Luci when Luci approached her, about how Luci has 3 kids and she couldn't imagine having a fourth. And this isn't, I'm not trying to throw Luci underneath the bus because, she's, single, and I'm not trying to be like single moms shouldn't have kids, but she's a single mom. And so she's saying that 4 kids would be too many for her, but she's in a very different circumstance than Jamie. But I'm pretty sure if someone came to me and approached me and started talking to me about something like that, I would just be like, that is none of your business, and you need to stop talking to me about this. Like, I'm pretty sure I would so I'm just baffled. Like, I mean, I get that people on Twitter are talking about it, and that's kind of Twitter, they get to discuss it, but I still don't get it. And like, I don't know why. I'm just super worked up about this, and I don't get where everybody else thinks they have this right to discuss it. And I mean, I know it's a TV show, but just totally over the line. Like, I'm surprised that none of her friends were like, guys, this isn't our business, and, whatever. Anyway, but the thing I do disagree with is that Jamie put it off so long with Michael. It's definitely a decision that she should have brought to him immediately, because it is their decision. The rest of her friends have no input, so I wouldn't have mentioned him to them. I was very proud to see that he said that race was not an issue. That is an issue for some men. My husband and I have discussed adoption. For us, that's not an issue. We feel like if there's a little soul out there that is meant to be with our family, it can come in any place on earth, and it could come in any form on earth, and skin color or ethnicity or any of those things wouldn't be an issue for us. But for some people, it is. So anyway, so I was glad to hear that, but he does bring up a point about the fact that he would be 50. And the idea, and I've heard that repeatedly from people, that the idea that they would be old. I'm putting that in parentheses because I don't necessarily think that 60 is super old, but he would be older father when his kids were, say, teenagers, and that's, you know, that's tough. He already had, I mean, it's not like they're thinking of having another child, but I was the child of older parents. I mean, they weren't in their 50s, but, you know, my roommate in college was adopted and her parents were older and all that, and I don't consider that to be really you know, an issue, but that I'm not him. So I guess we're going to find out a little bit more, but I really wish they hadn't done the previews the way they are, because now I'm watching every episode kind of like almost half in tears. Like, is she going to lose this child? You know, who's going to lose their child? All that kind of stuff. So I enjoy the show, but I feel that Bravo's done them a huge disservice by putting that in the previews, because now I'm watching every episode scared for who's going to lose their child. So anyway, and clearly Jaime's crying in the preview, so it's not good news. Anyway, I don't know. Is anyone else affected by that? Is anybody else uncomfortable with that? And then, am I overreacting and saying that it's none of her friends' business that she wants to have a fourth child? Anyway, hit me up in the comments. Let me know what you think.